First at 4, the 80s are here, and they are not going anywhere until early next week. Also, Storm Tracker 4 is tracking some showers. We'll take a look at that coming up. Karen?
All right, Ben, first at 4, breaking news. An innocent bystander caught in the crossfire. What we have learned about the violence at this gas station. Democrats calling it a bipartisan breakdown, why top Republicans are backing off a deal to investigate the Capitol riots and how former President Trump is involved. And here's Paula.
The cicadas are coming, and here's what you need to know.
In general, they're harmless. They're just big, noisy, sex-starved bugs.
These bugs like to party, and we'll tell you where the party is.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. That breaking news from Detroit's east side, where a 19-year-old woman has died after a shooting at a gas station. Here's what we know so far. Police say 2 men got into an argument at the Mobil gas station on East Outer Drive in Conant. One man pulled out a gun and started shooting. The young woman, who had nothing to do with that argument, got hit. She was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. Another young woman was also hit. We're not sure about her condition. Police are searching for the shooter right now. We're following the story very closely, and we'll keep you posted. A young man from Roseville is facing a shocking list of criminal charges. Most recently, 20-year-old Nicholas Boris Mariani is facing federal charges that include receiving and possessing child porn. Prosecutors say he was having sexual conversations on Snapchat to lure 14-year-old girls to his home to rape them. The federal investigation started last year when a mother reported alleged conversations between Mariani and her 14-year-old daughter. Prosecutors say he used the name Boris online. We're going to dig deeper into the criminal complaint and other charges involving an adult victim when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is teasing some new changes in the state's COVID restrictions. Her office isn't saying when we will be told or what the changes might be, but did release a statement saying, quote, "We feel confident that our state can begin taking even greater steps to get back to normal now that a majority of Michiganders have received their vaccine. I would expect an announcement in the coming days or week." Meantime, the governor's promise of a more normal life comes as more people are vaccinated and many organizations really grappling with the face mask policies. The Archdiocese of Detroit now says fully vaccinated people are not required to wear masks or socially distance at church, but those who are not vaccinated should do so. The UAW wants its workers to keep wearing masks until OSHA offers new guidance. Meantime, case numbers continue to dip, with the state reporting 1,500 new infections today. We did see an additional 31 deaths in the past 24 hours. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of a heartbreaking disaster in mid-Michigan. That's when the Edenville and Sanford dams failed, sending water just pouring into the region. Local 4 Sean Lay back in mid-Michigan today as residents are still coping with the aftermath.
Well, good afternoon. I'm standing right here at the Edenville Dam. Let's give you a look from above. It was exactly at this time 1 year ago, right around 4 o'clock, this dam finally gave way. It finally failed. That led to the Sanford Dam also failing, water flowing into Midland, and then so much water wiping out the town of Sanford. And you can see from above, lakes in this area completely drained even 1 year later. At 5 o'clock, we're going to go to Sanford. We're going to show you exactly how that town has had a rebirth. And then at 6, the remarkable story of a woman who found her mother's ashes in the flood debris. So much coming up at 5 and 6. We'll see you then.
All right, thank you, Sean. Ford ready for lightning to strike in just a few hours with a big reveal of the all-electric F-150 Lightning pickup truck. We got a very small glimpse of the truck yesterday when President Biden did a test drive around the track at the Rouge plant. Ford CEO calls the new vehicle a game changer. The Lightning will be built in Dearborn starting next spring. The worldwide reveal happens tonight at 9:30. Of course, we've got coverage for you on that big event on Local 4 News at 11. Will we see any lightning in the skies this evening? Well, a few isolated thunder showers could pop up. Let's send it over to Ben Bailey. What is in store for this evening?
Yeah, Karen, you're right. And it feels like summer. It's going to look like summer in a couple spots, too. Let's start with the temperatures, which are now into the 80s. And this will be the first of many that we'll see in the afternoons. 82 right now. The warmest that we've been all year is 83. So we could be tying that or beating that mark before we're done with today. Here's Storm Tracker 4. We're keeping our eyes down here to the south and west. There's some showers that are developed just moving north of the state line there into Hillsdale County. A lot of these are moving to the north-northeast pretty slowly at about 15 miles an hour. So we'll keep an eye on those as they continue to advance to the north. I don't think a lot of us are going to see that wet weather, but what does show up should be gone by about 8 or 9 o'clock. After the sun goes down, will be for dry conditions for everybody. And even though those temperatures are pleasant, we've got more warmth and even some humidity coming. We'll check that out for you in just a few minutes, Karen.
Ben. New pressure from President Biden is not convincing Israel to slow down its attacks on the Gaza Strip. Israel continues to pound new targets with airstrikes, while Palestinian militants are also bombarding Israel with new rocket fire. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is vowing to press ahead with the fierce military offensive, marking a new rift between Israel and the new Biden administration. At least 227 Palestinians have been killed, including 64 children, while 12 people have been killed in Israel. Just today, President Biden told Netanyahu he expected a significant de-escalation, but that is not happening right now. Congressional Republicans are lining up to oppose the creation of a commission to investigate the deadly Capitol chaos that we saw just 4 months ago in Washington, D.C. Now, there was a bipartisan compromise, but it could be falling apart after comments from former President Trump. Kimberly Gill following this story from the newsroom. Kim?
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Many Americans will never forget the images from January 6th when protesters stormed the U.S. Capitol as lawmakers were trying to certify the results of the 2020 presidential election. Leaders of the House Committee on Homeland Security, Democrat and Republican, had reached a deal to go forward with a 9/11-style commission. The ranking Republican said it was about facts, not partisan politics. But Republican House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy announced his opposition yesterday. Then former President Trump urged Republicans to vote against the idea, calling it a, quote, Democratic trap. Today, Republican Senator Mitch McConnell says he's against the idea because it's not clear what it would accomplish.
The facts have come out, and they'll continue to come out. What is clear is that House Democrats have handled this proposal in partisan bad faith, going right back to the beginning.
Getting at the truth is more important now, that some Republicans are trying to rewrite history. It's just incredible what they are doing. How dishonest can they be? In abject fear of the most dishonest president who's ever sat at the White House.
Chuck Schumer says there will be a vote in the Senate, but McConnell's opposition is likely to peel away Republican votes. The Democrat-controlled House is expected to vote on the bill today. In fact, they're debating it right now at this hour. We will, of course, keep you posted. Karen, until then, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
Well, now to a story we've been talking about for months, and you've probably heard cicadas have been just developing for 17 years. They will be making their appearance in Michigan any day now. Prepare. Paula Dutman talks to a couple of expert bug guys who teach us about some insects who are really ready to party.
They are brood 10 of the periodical cicada, and according to Michigan State University entomologist and renowned bug guy Howard Russell, they are already getting ready to party in parts of Michigan.
The best opportunity to see them will be in Washtenaw County, outside of Ann Arbor. But there's some records of them being in Lenawee County, Livingston County, as far north as Oakland County, up in Bloomfield Hills. The best place to see them will be the Cherry Hill Nature Preserve east of Ann Arbor.
Cicadas are coming out at my house.
But they won't eat your garden or destroy your flowers because they don't eat. They're all about one thing and one thing only. Well, two things: finding mates and making little cicadas.
The males form these choruses and they sing or vibrate their bodies and make a lot of noise in an effort to attract females. As male and females do, they get together. You've been in the ground for 17 years, you know, you need to party a little bit.
When females lay their eggs, they will destroy tree branches, but when the nymphs hatch, they're harmless. They find their way back to the soil, burrow in, and wait for the next 17 years, which is why it's easy to know exactly where they'll be nearly 2 decades from now, unless you've transplanted trees from someplace else, and the nymphs have been hiding in the tree bulbs, according to Mark Shepardigian, who's an urban entomologist with Rose Pest Solutions.
The bodies will be drifting like snow on the roads.
You can't have a conversation outside, at least social distancing it anyway. You got to get right up close and personal if you want somebody to hear you. because they're loud.
Okay, how loud are they? Think of a buzzing electrical wire. Now think about humongous woofer speakers amplifying that sound. Now think about what that's going to sound like day in and day out for the next 3 weeks until these little buggers complete their above ground life cycle.
It'll quit during the night, so you'll be able to get some sleep, or it'll go down, but it'll start back up during the day.
They're going to be loud. They're going to die all over your yard if you're in an area where they occur. But in general, they're harmless. You know, they're just big, noisy, sex-starved bugs.
Oh, Mother Nature, thank you for this. Something to look forward to. Now, they actually are a little bit late because we've had such a cool spring, but as you can see, it's really warm outside. The ground is heating up, so we can expect to see them wherever you're going to see them within the next 2 or 3 days to a week, Karen. Yay!
I love that you called the story on the bottom, cicadas ready to party. You had a good description.
Right?
Those bug guys are cool, right?
I love them.
I do.
The bug guys.
They're good interviews. They really are. All right. Thank you, Paula. We appreciate it. We'll follow this closely. Still ahead. First at 4, a bright, shiny moment for fans of the Detroit Tigers. If you missed it, we're going to show you, and it's definitely worth seeing again. Also ahead, remember that big treadmill recall? Well, now Peloton says it has a fix that will keep small children and animals safe. We'll explain. But first, a brave young girl fights back. We'll talk about what's happening in this video and how the surveillance video made a big difference in the case.